So what can a chatbot do for e-learning and why use a chatbot at all? So chatbots are powerful tools that can make courses and the entire learning experience more impactful. So go back, like 3 or 4 or 5 years before AI started coming out, when you had courses, they were very static. We had things like, if you went into branching, learning paths, things like that. But still, everything was very much like you had to take the content as is and really program down to kind of like the capitalization of learner responses. If you're doing free flow text, kind of like the responses that you get in there. But chatbots kind of change that. People can interact with them very, very naturally through natural language to get feedback and response, kind of like in their own voice. And they can actually mold the chatbot to talk back to them in ways that help them understand content better. So how can they help? You can have a co-pilot in building a curriculum of courses or library management. It can show you what's actually in your library that you didn't know that you had in your library. We've discovered that in a couple of cases where we asked the chatbot, hey, what's the best course to teach like fire safety? And we had like fire safety courses come up, but also there were courses that addressed like building code compliance that had fire safety in there that were discovered by the chatbot and surfaced up. They can simulate conversations, and this is really the big power of chatbots that I see. We are going to France and Switzerland and Italy in the summer, and so I've been trying to Duolingo myself as much as I can. And if you've known what they can do, they have like an AI chatbot role play now that you can go in and order something at the bakery, things like that. So my daughter and I have been doing that to prepare ourselves for a Europe trip. They can support questions before and after learning by chatting with a course. Impromptu tutor. I think it's a universal experience if you have kids and your kids are in math. There will be a time where they go to a math class where the content that they are asking you for help with is something that you learned long ago and have now forgotten. My daughter this year has reached that level of math where I've forgotten how to do that math. And so every time she asks me for questions or help with her math homework, I'm in ChatGPT, kind of like, hey, teach me about like, slope and integrals and derivatives again, please. So I can go and help her with that. So it's really good for kind of like this very impromptu, on the fly knowledge learning and knowledge checks. And then improving accessibility when searching through a catalog. Chatbots, once they have all the context of your courses, are really good at surfacing content and where the content lives inside your courses.